In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Hi, my name is Shauna Miyatke, owner of Fixed Style Funeral Service in Webster. Death is never an easy time. When you experience the loss of a loved one, you can trust us to guide you through the arrangements necessary to create a meaningful ceremony that celebrates the unique life being honored. Our staff is committed to providing your family with the highest quality care and service in your time of need. Fixed Style Funeral Service in Webster is and always has been locally owned and operated, serving your family since 1924. Visit our website at fixedstylefuneral.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Northside Implement is proud to be your short-line dealer for the past 40 years. They handle over 30 different manufacturers, including Great Plains, Vermeer, Versatile, Bushhawk, MacDon, and many more. They also carry a huge selection of parts to support your equipment. Northside Implement strives at taking care of their customers, and they enjoy doing it. Northside Implement is your dealer for all your needs. Give them a call today. Northside Implement is a proud supporter of all Webster area sports and activities.
When you walk through the doors of Dave Haler Automotive, you're going to be greeted with a smile and a friendly face. We're a full-service dealership. We offer new vehicles from Chevrolet and a good selection of late-model pre-owned vehicles. We have a classic car showroom, Highway 12 Classics. We got a full-service department, a parts department, and a body shop for all your vehicle needs. See us, Dave Haler Automotive, East Highway 12 in Webster, or on the web at halerauto.com.
Blast Wi-Fi Advanced Parental Controls allows you to restrict internet content by category, block specific websites, or even disable apps like TikTok and Snapchat, all from the Blast Wi-Fi app. You can track where time is spent online and set time limits to create healthier habits. These device limits ensure work takes priority over gaming. Manage your home Wi-Fi and create balance for your family with Blast Wi-Fi, powered by ITC.
A membership with Sioux Valley Co-op will benefit you. Simply put, a membership with Sioux Valley Co-op is ownership. They're owned and controlled by members. No outside investors. So all of their annual revenues go back to their customers. Become a member today. You will benefit.
Sioux Valley Co-op. Your energy needs with service guaranteed.
Generational success means different things to different people, but to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Thrivent is a proud sponsor of all Bearcat activities. Your money should work as hard for you as you work for it. As a Thrivent team of financial advisors, we're here to help you find the right solutions for your financial goals. From financial advice and investments to insurance, banking, and generosity programs, find a full range of options to fit your unique financial needs. To see how your money can do more, please call Tanner Christensen and Brittany Zupke of Dakota Associates at 605-345-3635. We proudly serve people all over the Northeast region of South Dakota. Go Bearcats!
Pests don't wait, and neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats and attics to rodents and walls, ants in kitchens, stubborn bedbug infestations, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family owned, community trusted.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Discover the ultimate boating experience at Dave's Marine in Webster. With a wide selection of luxury Bennington and South Bay pontoons and Lund fishing boats, all powered by high-performance Mercury and Yamaha engines, ensuring a smooth and powerful ride. Feel the need for speed with Sea-Doo, personal watercraft, or Malibu and Axis wake boats. Enhance your lake frontage with docks and lifts by Hewitt and Shore Station. Brands we're proud to sell, you're proud to own. Visit Dave's Marine on East Highway 12 in Webster or online at davesmarinewebstersd.com. Go Bearcats!
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference. To
the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Call the meeting to order. Motion to approve the agenda as presented. So moved. Thank you, Nick. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Joel. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Conflicts disclosure. None. Public communications.
I've got one. I don't know if you guys have been hearing this from the community at all the last few weeks, but I've been getting some feedback about the Armory key card rates. And so what I'm hearing from is parents of student athletes. So I have talked to Lori about it, and I have been actually misinforming the public as to how we are doing our key card rates. So Lori, if you can just kind of help walk me through it. I think it's important that we're all on the same page as to how we got to where we're at.
Okay, so in July at our annual meeting, that's when we set the rates every year. So this year the board decided, usually we have, anyone can purchase an Armory key, well, you have to be a graduate, out of school. Anyone can purchase a key fob for the Armory access for $100 per year. Armory and weight room is $200 per year. And this year it was changed that, so those two things stayed the same. The only thing that changed this year is if you do not have any students in the Webster School District, it would be $400 for the Armory and weight room access. So anything for parents and students have stayed the same. It's the ones that don't have that would pay $400. But I also want to reiterate to the public that the Armory is open every day. It is unlocked every day for people to go in there. We have many community members that go in there and walk that do not purchase key fobs, so that's open. And the school district has also been paying Tyler Wagner for the last few years to be the weight room supervisor. And so year round, he has a schedule set up for students to go in and weight lift because they are supposed to be supervised when weightlifting. So all of that access has stayed the same. The only thing that has changed would be for people with no students in the district.
That really cleared it up for me, just understanding how it worked, and I think we need to remember that we are paying a weight room supervisor, so kids that want to use the weight room need to go when Tyler's there.
And he does a great job.
Oh, yeah. It's not on the student's time, it's on the coach's time to be in the weight room. But that really cleared it up for me that nothing has changed for people who have kids in the building.
I agree, Joel, and I think we've also always had the policy that if there was an issue with the family being able to get a weight room card, that they had the ability, the coaches, to come and talk to the athletic director to see if something could be done. So, I mean, those rates, that $100, $200, that's been 10 years maybe. I mean, it seems to be a long time that rate's been in there.
And realistically,
Yeah, it's been here since I've been here. It's been
and realistically, when you take that on a per month cost,
Okay. Any other, thanks Joel, any other public communications? All right, motion to approve the minutes of our last meeting. Thank you, Mark, second. Thank you, Nick. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Motion to approve the financial statements as presented. Thank you, Aaron. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Motion to approve the claims as presented. Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Nick. Discussion?
I will abstain from this vote as there's a payment to JDH in here.
Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Motion to go into executive session for personnel.
So moved.
Thank you, Joel. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll just go into the back room and we'll be right back. to approve the 2026-2027 calendar.
So moved.
Thank you, Joel. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Nick. Discussion.
There were no changes or edits to the original draft that I had provided last month. The only thing that we did confirm was that we were putting the April 16th in-service / prom on April 16th. Still up in the air regarding homecoming because we're at the mercy of the South Dakota High School Activities Association as they determine the schedules.
Okay.
Any questions or?
Any comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Moving on to resignations, we'll start off with motion to approve the resignation of Lori O'Farrell, business manager.
So moved.
Thank you, Joel. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Discussion? Well, obviously that is our big item for today's school board meeting. The Webster Area School District has been extremely lucky over the last 20 years to have Lori O'Farrell as our business manager. On behalf of the board and I think the patrons of our district, we cannot say thank you enough, Lori, for everything you've done. You have done a phenomenal job here in Webster. I always tell people, don't take for granted the audits and the financial statements and the running of the school business. It is a very large budget. It's one of the largest budgets in Dade County, and you don't just do it, you perfect it. You get it down to the last cent. You care about the 10th or the 100th of a percentage point. You have answers that are readily available for all of the board members, and I think the districts, whenever they come in for questions. Over the last 20 years, the district has done amazing things. Brand new high school, brand new remodel of the elementary school, the new CTE wing, the redoing of the complete office system in the middle school and the armory, and then this new office area. Excuse me, not the armory, but the gym over there. Brand new track, air conditioning. When we went to air conditioning in the school, that was a major step for us, and let alone technology. Even when I first came on the board, I think we were talking about having one Promethean board. Now how many Promethean boards do we have within the school? How many laptops do we have within the school? Our technology budget has grown exponentially. Through all of that, you've done a fantastic job, Lori, of guiding the district, giving us good, sound, objective advice. And for that, I can't say thank you enough. I really do appreciate it. You've taught me a ton. I'm very lucky to have been able to work with you over the last decade.
I'll echo, excuse me, everything Tom said. I mean, Lori, you're so darn good at your job, you got me to understand the budget. But I remember coming in as a new board member and not, understanding school funding and just all the things that go on up here, and you helped walk me through that, taught me a lot of stuff, and we have done a lot of projects, and we've done it fiscally responsible, and Lori's not afraid to tell us no, and she's also not afraid to tell us yes when we're getting it right. So thanks for everything, Lori.
I just want to reiterate one thing. I've probably been through the most transitional business managers, and I want the public to know, and the level of trust that the board needs to have for the superintendent and the business manager is exponential. And I've always been able to trust her numbers because things can go sideways, and they can go sideways pretty fast.
Well,
thanks, Lori.
It goes without saying, like I just mentioned, we saw on the news that that poor auditor down in Tripp County that sent off an $800,000 payment to a scam. You feel for that individual. Nobody gets up and says, I'm just going to send $800,000 off, but I'm seeing it in my business. We saw it up here with a local casino that was scammed, with $400-some thousand. They're getting better. The business managers of the 1980s, the Jim Harbors of the world, didn't have to worry about sending off $800,000 electronically with a couple pushes of the button. So, Lori, you do a fantastic job. We'll miss you. And I hope that the district, if you get a chance, tell Lori thank you. I mean, she's done a great job by us, and we're going to miss her. So do we have to approve it then? Is that how it works, Lori? Is that, I don't remember. I mean, do we just go to the next one and then we just pretend it didn't happen? I guess we have to approve it. All right, any other comments?
For me, her level of commitment, the trust, dedication, the position that I'm in, it's been helpful to not have to worry about the budget, not be too concerned about things. And when things do come up, we're notified in a timely manner so that we can deal with things in a timely manner. So I've appreciated everything she's done. It's going to be tough for me, I know that.
I agree. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Motion to approve the resignation of Wade Roush as teaching and wrestling coach and football coach. Thank you, Aaron. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Nick. Discussion? I have received a resignation letter from Wade Roush dated January 7th, 2026, letting the Webster Area School Board and administration know that he wishes to retire from teaching and coaching at the end of the 2025-2026 school year. Again, Wade's been here now for 10 plus years?
Since 2010.
2010, so 15 years. Yeah, I mean, time flies. Wade's done a fantastic job with our wrestling program. Goes without saying the number of state champions that he had a chance to coach, and the girls wrestling program, getting that up and running and helping lead that program throughout time, let alone the number one thing of teaching. He does a great job of building a rapport with the children, and I also know that he's done a great job with the assistant football coach. He's been doing that, I think, since he almost came here right away and helping us go to state championships or conferences or finals back in the day. Wade's a good asset to the community, and he will be missed. Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Motion to accept the resignation of Jordan Resing as resource room paraprofessional.
So moved.
Thank you, Joel. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mark. Discussion. I have a letter here from Jordan. Please accept this letter as a formal notice of my resignation from my position as a resource room paraprofessional with Webster Area Schools. While I've enjoyed my time at Webster School, I've decided to pursue a new career opportunity. My last day of employment was Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. I appreciate the opportunities for growth and the experience I gained during my time here. I am committed to ensuring a smooth transition and will do everything possible to assist during this period. Thank you again for the opportunity to be part of the team. I wish Webster Area School continued success. Sincerely, Jordan. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Motion to discuss the international art trip.
So moved.
Thank you, Joel. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Nick. Discussion?
We had this as a discussion item last month. Mrs. Candace Bloom has requested permission to begin the preparations of another trip. We have a current trip that will occur in June of this year, in which they're going to Rome, Paris, and London. It's the same company. The current trip that we're talking about right now is about $5,200 to $5,400 in price range. This trip would be to Japan in June of 2028, and so it gives some time for folks that are wanting to attend and participate, time to do like monthly payments and fundraisers and things like that. I believe that the range of this is going to be a little bit more expensive, maybe in that $6,000 range. There's not a ton of information out. I don't know that she has had an informational meeting yet to figure out interest, but she would like to move forward if you guys are willing to allow that.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
I'm good with starting the process. I mean, if the trip this next summer doesn't go well, there's always time to pull back, right? Yeah.
Is the school committed financially in any way to this?
There's no cost to the school. The way the trip works, this particular trip that we have now is we have to have at least 6 people interested in going in order for the trip to occur. I believe what they do is they kind of pair up schools, and 6 is probably the absolute least amount that they allow for a group. The particular group this summer is in that 28 or 29 range, and it's about 50-50 for adults versus students that are going. So there's some unique interest in it.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Dr. Block. Motion to approve volunteer coach Ryan Wagner for middle school boys basketball. Thank you, Mark. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Joel. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, superintendent report, Dr. Block.
Legislative topics, I'm not really going to spend any time on that because there's nothing new. The biggest issue that we're going to deal with is budget, as to where the state's going to come out. If you've watched any of the news, even as recent as Friday, the governor is standing by his budget address and his budget proposal. So it doesn't appear that there's any wavering early on in the legislative session. I will say that our legislators generally do try to make some efforts to find some funding. Unfortunately, education tends to be one of the last ones, so it's usually towards the tail end of the legislative session. Not always, but usually towards the tail end of the legislative session when they're trying to figure out where they've spent money or where they plan to spend money and then see what's left. So that's unfortunate, but that's the reality of it. February in-service, we will have, I gotta remember his name, Brett Garland from the Homeland Security. He is our school specialist for South Dakota. He has been here before. He is the one that did our training the last time that we had some active shooter training. He was here about a week ago and did a questionnaire survey with Mr. Case and myself as to what we do for procedures and policies, and then also did a walkthrough of the building. So we don't have that information back, but we'll have that information prior to him coming in February. So that's some things that we'll be doing there. And then we have a hunter safety course. It's something that the Game Fish and Parks puts on every year. They have asked if it's possible to try to incorporate that into the school schedule. And we would do it with, I believe it's 11 and 12-year-olds. Is that the range?
Yeah.
So it would be...
We haven't talked about the age.
Yeah.
But it would be in that age.
Most likely it's going to be with middle school age kids because you want to teach them a little bit younger. Most of our high school kids have already been hunting for multiple years. So we're going to do what we can to try to figure out how to schedule that either through homeroom or some study halls or some things like that for anybody that would be interested. And the thing we wanted to point out was that hunter safety course isn't specifically just for people who want to hunt. It actually is a good course for anybody with gun safety. So it can be anybody, and we would encourage them. That's basically what I have for the superintendent's report.
Okay. Any comments for Dr. Block? You know, Lori, and it goes without saying, when I mentioned everything that you've done, that was the capital outlay projects. I didn't touch on the general fund. You know, the general fund and how we are able to operate the school and pay our teachers has changed exponentially how many different times over the last 20 years. Even since the last 5 years, there was a significant change in how we fund our programs. And that is something that I think Webster's done a great job in being creative there. So even when we've had years where the state has been very lean in giving us funds, we've still been able to try to do something with our staff and not have to reduce our services. I think our general fund is in a really strong position, and Lori, that's again something I'm going to give you kudos for. You have to be willing to think outside of the box and be creative, and not just sit back and let the numbers fall where they fall. So I could give you a lot of kudos, Lori. We'll see how many more I can find throughout the rest of the meeting. Yeah, I'm sure I'll find out later on. All right, thanks, Dr. Block. Principal report, Mr. Case.
Well, I'll jump on your back there, Tom, and give kudos to Lori for the other fund that we have, the special ed. And she has done an awesome job with that. As some of you know, and some of you might not know, we have an extraordinary cost fund that we can reach out and get extra funds if we need to for the special ed fund. And over the years that I've been here and Lori's been here, I think we've only had to use that one time. So she has managed that, and it's great to go in there and converse with her and talk about special ed. Can we do this? Can we do that? Yeah, she's done an awesome job with also the special ed and everything else. So with special ed, with Jordan resigning, I did open a para position, which I do not have any applicants. And I'll rewind a couple months ago, I did open up for a special ed teacher. Did not have any applicants for that. So right now, Webster School, we're sitting with 2 para positions in the special ed that are not filled. So I talked to Dr. Block, I talked to Lori, and we're going to reopen that teacher position here in the new year and see what we get. Yes, are we adding a teacher? We are. Why are we adding a teacher? Because our special ed numbers have gone up. Our child count in December, which we have to do every year, December 1st, I think we're at the most. I've been here for 25, going on 26 years. I think this is the most special ed kids that we've had. It's just circumstance. We have, I think we're at 84 is what the number is. So keep in mind that speech kids too. They could just have speech also. But anyhow, I just wanted to give you a heads up. We're going to open up that position again. I got a blessing from Dr. Block, and hopefully maybe with some graduates in the new year, folks might be looking a little bit more for a special ed position. So we would go from 3 special ed positions to 4 within the school, and that position would primarily be in the elementary. And again, I'll talk to my special ed teachers. It will kind of shift for our need where the special ed IEPs are at. So over the years, it might, the elementary teacher, primary elementary teacher would have the primary one, secondary elementary teachers might go into middle school a little bit, vice versa. So, also today we had, any questions on the special ed?
Our child count, just put it in perspective, in the early 2000s, when we had 480 students, 500 students, we had generally in the lower 60s for special ed students, and that included your speech only. Speech only are kids that just need speech services and they don't have a learning disability. We were in the lower 60s, and as he just informed you, we're in the lower 80s. And I would venture to guess, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I venture to guess that we probably have a lower percentage of speech only students. So the needs are increasing. For whatever reason, we don't know, but they are increasing.
So, yeah, this position would primarily be for next year. I doubt anybody would say I'd be able to come in right now. So just heads up there. Our guest speaker called this morning. We have a guest speaker. I spoke to you at the last meeting. Nick Topman from Deadliest Catch will be coming in and talking about mental health and that. Well, he's sick this morning. So he's up in Britain. He was supposed to speak at Britain this morning. So we're going to hopefully reschedule for tomorrow. hopefully it works with our athletic schedule. So I'll check with Mr. Bloom later. I think that's all I have. Unless you have any questions.
No, Mr. Case, I don't have any questions, but I think it's good that we're looking at a teacher position. I do think those numbers are worthy of a teacher position, and special ed does encompass a large range of issues. And so I think that trying to find an individual that has the training to work with all of those different issues, that would be beneficial to our patrons in our district. All right, NESC.
I don't have an update.
Okay. Buildings and grounds.
I've got a few items that I provided in the notes. I did talk to 2 board members, buildings and grounds folks. It was an idea that I kind of came up with when we were working on the gym door. The northeast gym doors were damaged on the bottom of them, and so there is a gap. We have it all insulated, but while I was doing that, I was thinking, we're going to build 2 new vestibules, and it's very possible we might be building on that site within, let's say, 5 to 10 years. I was thinking that maybe we should consider putting in exterior doors in the current openings that we have. Right now, we have interior wooden doors in the gym on the north side. And my proposal is that we get quotes to find out how much it costs to put in exterior doors. Exterior doors on the north side of the building, I will tell you that is not the best location for them. We get a lot of wind from the north. But if we can get a quality set of doors, I think it would be beneficial to do that, rather than putting in footings, flooring, water for the hot water pipes for heating, electrical, roof, everything else. I don't know how much the vestibules will cost, but if there's any chance of construction in that area within the next 10 years, I think that perhaps maybe we would see some criticism for, well, you just built those 2 entrances and now you're tearing them down. So I would like to look at some cost analysis as to what it would cost to do less for exterior doors versus actually building those vestibules. I did ask them to go ahead and start that process, believing that you guys would probably be okay with it. We're not committed to it. We get the numbers, and then if it doesn't look like it's worthy of any savings, then okay, it was a bad idea. If it is, then we can maybe consider it. Any questions on that or comments? There's 2 sets. There's a set of doors on the music room, which would now become exterior doors, and a set of doors on the gymnasium over on that northeast corner. The other set of doors from the gym to the northwest actually go into a corridor. And my proposal would be that we just block off that corridor and they go out to the exit, or if we need to, we can put in just 1 set of exterior doors that are new. So I have no idea if the doors for the vestibules were already ordered and if we've got those or if they're coming. So those are things that we'll have to find out. The pipes in the high school gym have been insulated. As you recall, we had hot and cold water pipes that come from the boiler room on the east end of the building. They go through the utility room, storage room, and the music room. They go up, and then they actually come through on the ceiling of the gym. They were not insulated, so the gym was extremely hot. Wrestling might not like the fact that we've now insulated them because it's actually more comfortable in the gym in the middle of their season with their practices that they have. But, they have been done. They did that over Christmas break, and so that part is done. The demolition, the building is pretty much gone, and if you've driven by, you'll see that the majority of the empty hole is now filled. And so construction, demolition, whatever you want to call it, has been moving quite well the last 2 to 3 weeks. Weather's been actually very, very beneficial to us. Up until this week, it's a little bit colder now with some freezing temperatures. So we did have some conversation about putting a clay cap I think it was on the north portion of that demolition area, so that there would be a clay cap everywhere. But after review with the people that are involved, the folks that do the soil testing and the preparation of the site, it was decided that maybe wouldn't be necessary to do. The manner in which that we are doing this and having the work done will allow any board and administration in the future to do some sort of construction there if they wish to, without having to do site prep. It will be ready for footings and things like that.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Block. Any comments?
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about too, I think in the vein of moving forward, how do we think about how to utilize that site, or, you know, I think in terms of, I guess it's in terms of moving forward from the vote in November and starting to maybe run it through the committee, but having some ideas or some scenarios, getting creative about how we meet our needs, what that might look like. I think giving the public some options to consider, but really leading that process and getting creative, coming up with 2 or 3 solutions, getting some feedback on that before we really invest in some solid plans to go forward from there. I just think be smart, because we have this site, we have the armory, we have needs that have to be considered. So let's just get the ball rolling on that and take our time. I don't think we have to, this is not a statement that says we have to prep something for an election in June. I'm not saying that, but let's just start thinking through. That way the community knows how to engage with us in what the future looks like.
Thank you for bringing that up too, because it just reminds me of another statement I wanted to make. We really, as a district, need to look at some sort of a master plan. If it's a master plan that we have had in the past and we revisit that, or if it's a new master plan. And what we say when we talk about a master plan is, let's say that we came up with an idea to build a wrestling room on the north side of that gym. That was our first thought. We don't want to just build a wrestling room, boom, it's done and be done. We want plans so that if there are other needs in the future, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, 15 years down, or 30 years down the road, that master plan is in place so that whatever it is you do build, you have some ideas of what can happen if there's additions to that. Obviously, the best way to go about building projects is to build what you hope to build all in one project. But historically, that has not been our situation here in Webster. And I think the demolition of this particular building is a perfect example of they did what they could afford in the times that they were doing these things. But a master plan is important. It's very important. The last thing you want to do is put something up and then 5 years, 10 years down the road you want to do something else. You're like, gal, I wish we wouldn't have done it that way. Or gal, I wish we would have thought about this. We can't predict everything, but we really should do our best to predict as much as we can when it comes to future needs.
The only thing I'm going to say is, add on to that, is what Nick's point and Dr. Block's point is, you know, from the public's perspective, if you're watching this or you're reading about it in the newspaper, if you have an opinion and you want to be part of the solution or part of the process, reach out, you know, talk with, you know, Nick or a school board member or, you know, Dr. Block. You talk about a master plan. Well, Lori was here 20 years ago. Dr. Block, you've been here 25. You know, Craig, you've been here 25?
26 after this year.
26. Mark Hansen's going on how many years on the board?
40.
Yeah. Not quite. Quite a few. Joel's been on the board now, going on 12. I'm going on 15. You know, I look at Mr. Swinski back there. Folks, the next 25 years, if you need to be involved. If you want to have a voice and you want to see where your district's going to go, the district we are today, I don't think 25 years ago they saw that being the place. You have to get involved. And so if you have thoughts or you have comments and you want to be part of the process, please reach out. I mean, it's always nicer to hear on the front end rather than the back end if there's ideas that are out there that we can put to use. So I hope
the reality is, I don't know if it's just me, but time seems to go by fast. The next 10 years are going to be gone before you know the next 20 years. And so when you're looking at the needs of a school district, you really truly have to look 10 to 20 years in the future. If we can predict those things, we really do.
Agreed.
And I guess I'll just reiterate, the reality is we need to do something. I don't think that's a big secret. We need practice facilities and gym facilities. And I think that might be the spot where, first of all, the public has to accept this and it has to pass a bond. So we have to present something, and I think that might be a little easier to, I don't know how else to say it, to sell. But we do need to do something in them sooner rather than later. And what that exactly is, right? I mean, I don't have that answer, but we do need to look at it.
Agree. All right, any other comments on buildings and grounds?
Yeah, I'll just throw one out here. The old building, you know, I mean, we've spent a lot of time down there over the last 3 years trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. And I can tell you guys on Friday at 5 o'clock, we found another room that nobody knew about underneath that darn building. And according to local folklore, it was a coal room that was below the